Good morning, guys. We are back at it covering the AI related news. I woke up a little while ago and I came across this tweet, and this actually is a sequence of tweets in which we get to know that one enterprise was taken out by Anthropic. They were paid users of Claude. They had like 60 plus people using that enterprise account. But, anyways, the main point here is that they got banned and without any explanation. And the only way to appeal seemed like a Google form, which they mention here in these tweets. I'll read it to you. But the real story here is not the ban. See, I have come across many news like this, but the main point of this video is what they actually lost. And in this video, I'm gonna, well, from my own knowledge, tell you that why the context that you build with your AI is the actual gold. So let's read through it and see the lessons that we can take from it. Now, this post is from Pato Molina, who runs this. If you are interested, you can see their X account or the websites. Coming back to the topic, Anthropic decided to shut down our entire organization for an alleged violation of their terms of use. Which specific policy we breached, I haven't the faintest idea. We simply got an email. Okay, if you want to appeal the decision, you have to fill out a Google form. Okay, now this is important to understand why it matters. Suddenly, more than 60 people were left without a fundamental tool for getting work done. Integrations, skills, conversation histories, everything lost, or in the best case scenario, on indefinite hold. So here it seemed like no hope. A huge lesson for any software company that relies on AI tools in critical processes: never put your eggs in one basket. This is coming from someone who is dealing with this crazy situation firsthand. Now, the good thing is that this service was restored. Now, he announced this in another tweet. But, guys, this is something that we have to talk about. This is the lessons from all of this. And, well, if we analyze the situation, what was the real damage? Let's consider you personally are using Claude or any other AI large language model, or if your organization is using it. If this situation happens to you, you will lose access to one of the most critical tools that you will be using in that time. That is understood. Next up, over time you will have built integrations. Let's say you work a lot on Canva and you hooked up Canva with Claude and everything. You are gonna lose that. You might also have over time developed custom skills, and more importantly, the conversation history that builds the context for the AI. You are gonna lose that as well. People have in your organization might have spent a very significant time talking to AI, discussing the problems. So the AI or the large language model, it knows about the context where this company started, how it's moving forward, what are the challenges. So it has a very good idea of the person asking it and the company they might be working for. Now, the person mentioned that switching to Gemini or others means starting over. And when you start over, you are again building up from ground zero. It's going to be very time consuming and very inconvenient. Now, let's come to my own very deep personal opinions. All these models are commodities, okay? Claude, Grok, Gemini, or whichever you use, ChatGPT, whatever. The truly valuable commodity, the most valuable commodity out of all this is the context, the memory, the workflows, and the knowledge base you develop with one AI over time. That is something that is highly valuable. Now, when you think of this, Claude, ChatGPT, Gemini, they seem just like a tool. And it makes my mind think, and obviously, you would also be thinking that the real asset is all that I mentioned here: the memory, the knowledge base that you have built. Let's say if one of these models revokes your access, what are you gonna be left with? Nothing. If you lose this, you'll be losing your own personal or your company's institutional knowledge, which you have spent a lot of time developing. The next important point is that you do not need to lock in with any one AI service provider. You need to have your plan B, you need to have your plan C. Don't just suffocate on one AI model, don't just suffocate on one AI service provider. Go out there, have a fresh breath, The market is coming up with lots of novel solutions almost on a daily basis. Do keep on trying out the other models, the other new developments that are coming out, and just keep an eye on the horizons. Do stay rooted, do build context with one AI and all, but do look out for your plan B. Do look out for what could be possibly your plan B and plan C. And these models also have an option to export or import your own data. So that is something we can talk about in another video, but this is also very important. You need to do that on regular intervals, or if you run a company, you need to assign this to someone to do this regularly. One another thing that you can try out is playing with the local and open source models. Now, the future that where we are headed is these AI models working offline on your machine. We have seen this with Gemma 4, and this is obviously the direction most of the AI LLMs are gonna head, and these companies are gonna focus towards that. But if any company is operating at a very large scale, I think that they might even consider having their own AI or large language models. Now, after sharing all this with you, I feel very satisfied that I have conveyed the message forward. And if this message resonates with you, do support the channel with your like, with a subscribe, or your thoughtful comments. It will help us grow the channel and spread more awareness about AI. And more importantly, I also make a lot of videos on AI related news that are coming out, and I do it wholeheartedly. And my plan is to be the first one to give you all this news. Now, I leave you with a very thoughtful question. From what we talked about, just think about it and let me know down in the comments what is your backup plan. It will not only help me understand what people are thinking, but it will also help others who might not have reached your place, and our collective knowledge is gonna be better than the knowledge of one. So do our community this favor, and right now on your screen we will be seeing one video which YouTube thinks would be interesting for you to watch. So I'll see you in the next one.